Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 39. This one's long awaited for me, man. I've been trying to get this one together for a minute. Got my guy, John Givez. I appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, my brother.
I'm good, bro. Everything good with you?
Man, I'm chilling, bro.
Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas and all that.
Bro, likewise.
Appreciate you joining me, bro. I can't lie. I'm real excited about this one, bro.
Sure.
Real excited. I'm you're from Oceanside. I'm from Southeast originally, but I did middle school and high school in Escondido. Okay. So I've been hearing about you, I want to say, since like 10th grade.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, since like maybe 10th or 11th grade, and I'm 35 now. So I've been hearing your name for a long time, and I just met you for the first time this year. So it's really dope to have you here, bro. For real. Right. What's good with you, man? What you been up to?
Oh man, slow motion, bro. Just had a son recently, bro.
Congratulations.
So enjoying that for real.
Congrats.
And then the same old same for real, just trying to create shit.
I hear it. Yeah. And you got anything you working on now creatively?
Oh yeah, man, always. Whether it's producing, writing for other people, working on my own project right now too. But I'm kind of trying to take my time with it, just because I don't want to just put nothing out, you know, to rush it. Like at this point, like I've been dropping like singles throughout this past year. Just stuff I had in the tuck, but I'm really working on something special, like for my next effort. You know what I mean? Okay.
I was gonna ask that. When I first started getting into your music, I want to say, I don't know what year, a few years ago.
Yeah.
I was listening to like full length projects, and it seemed like that was like you wanted to be like more of an album artist.
Yeah.
But like you said, over this year you were releasing singles. Was there any reason for that?
Mainly just trying out different sounds, different vibes, and seeing what you know, gravitates towards my listeners or even new listeners. I feel like, you know, at a time when I was dropping the albums consistently, like concept albums, it was doing well, and then streaming happened, and I feel like when we got into that playlist era of consuming music, you know, I just wanted to test my waters there and just see like, all right, let me see what songs I can make for the playlist that they got out there, you know what I mean? Part of me is like, still on that, but then there's another part of me that just like is thirsty to put out another conceptual body of work. You know what I mean?
Which ones? You gotta feed the people how they consume it. But which one do you prefer, to like be an album guy or an album artist, or more single driven?
I think in the long run, I would like to look back over my work and say I put together like really dope bodies of work. You know, I think that's at the end of the day the most thing that's gonna last is people that put in that time and effort to, like, you know, put together a body of work that you can always come back to and remember, the era of time this album helped you, or you know, what you was doing during this time with, you know, whether it be your girlfriend or your kid or whoever the case, wife, whatever, you know. So I think, you know, in hindsight, what I'll be most proud of in my body of work is those conceptual albums.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Now, speaking of time, I want to go all the way to the beginning, because like I said, I've been hearing about you since high school.
Yeah.
You're from Oceanside, born and raised in Oceanside. What was it like growing up for you in Oceanside? I love asking that question to people from San Diego, whether they're from Southeast or Lemon Grove or wherever, because you would think people that like look like you have a similar experience. But from what I've noticed, and just simply asking that question, everybody's experience can be completely different, even if you lived like low key down the block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what was your experience like growing up at Oceanside?
So my family came to Oceanside through the military.
Okay.
My pops was in the military. And then, you know, he got out and decided he wanted to keep us there. So we stayed in Oceanside, like the back gate area, like near the Camp Pendleton base. And I stayed in the north end of the valley. It's called the Deep Valley. Growing up, you know, basically like the same type of struggles any other kid, you know, in a poverty-stricken neighborhood would grow up with. You know, you got gangbanging, you got skateboarding, you got you know, regular street shit, and then, you know, in my household, my mom and dad are both like hardcore believers, like Christians, you know, so we would go to church too. Like we went to church on the east side, and that's how I met a lot of people on the other side of the town.
Gotcha.
Between, you know, school, church, sports, and just the streets, like just regular upbringing like any other kid, you know what I mean?
I feel
in them areas, yeah.
I hear. What sport were you into as a kid?
Basketball.
Okay. Sure. Did you play in high school?
I played for like my freshman and sophomore year, and then I was on academic probation.
I know how that go.
I just fell off with it for real. Like,
I feel it. What high school did you go to?
El Camino.
I thought so. I thought so. Did you like it there?
Yeah, I loved it, bro.
Yeah.
Wildcats, go Wildcats.
I've noticed that everybody from Oceanside has extreme pride in being from Oceanside, from what I've noticed. That everybody that's from there. I haven't met a single person that, like, you meet people from Escondido, they're like, I ain't met a single person from Oceanside that ain't proud to be from there.
It's because we like Lil Sparta when it comes to, like, San Diego.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that even thinks about San Diego is immediately going to think about, like, the Southeast. You feel me? But us on, like, the north end of this county, it's kind of like how LA and Long Beach got that thing, you know what I mean? Like, you ask somebody from Long Beach if they're from LA, they're going to be like, nah, I'm from Long Beach. So the same thing, like, you ask somebody from if they're from San Diego that's from Oceanside, they'll be like, nah, I'm from Oceanside.
That's very true.
You feel me?
That's very true. And I've met people from Escondido, Vista, Carlsbad is similar in a lot of ways. But I've met people from, like, and also I think it's easier for people that, like, when they like, oh, I'm from Escondido or Vista, they'll be like, from where? Be like, bro, I'm from San Diego.
Yeah.
But Oceanside people don't do that.
Nah.
They'll be like, I'm from Oceanside. Oceanside is like on the outskirts of San Diego, it's North County. They give you the whole spiel.
Yeah,
I rock with it. I like it. I love it.
All around, like, telling people, like, y'all from Oceanside, they be like, where that's at? I got to give them the whole.
Yeah. At what point did you like find music and realize you were good at it?
Shoot. I mean, I've always been in love with music since, like, young. Like I said, growing up in church, my mom, she directed the choir, so I'd be at choir rehearsal just, like, in the pews waiting for her to get done and just be hearing the music and the voices, like, harmonizing the different notes. And that, like, I fell in love with it from then. But then, like, as I got older, I started recording with the homies, like, at different houses, garages, and whatnot, doing hooks for people. And, you know, the reception of what we was doing, like, from the people that was listening to the music really just kind of took to me where I'm like, oh, I like this. Like, I'm good at this, you know? So I started, you know, ditching school to record music. Like, I really was into it early, just because I just felt so passionate about it. And, you know, I just stuck with it for real.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, I was, you know, raised in the church as well. I was just, Tank has, I forget his co-host name, but he has a podcast called R&B Money. And I think it was Tank talking about it. He was saying that he feels like the soul is missing from R&B music because the R&B artists used to come from the church.
Yeah, 100%.
I never thought about that. But I mean, I've always known that the best musicians and singers and all that come from the church, but I never thought about, like, why that feeling's been missing from R&B. You agree with that?
Nah, I definitely think that something's missing, but I think that it's also just oversaturated by people who might not come from that, you know, training. Just getting on the record, you know, to make music is so accessible now that, you know, somebody with a cool melody and some autotune could make a song that's super catchy and the kids love it. To where when they hear somebody really showing you that skill with it, you know, it may not be as palatable to somebody who's 15, 16 years old because it's easier to sing along to, you know, a simple, you know, sing along like quick little melody as opposed to somebody who's finna do like a crazy run on you. You know what I mean? Like it's just easier, more palatable, I feel like, to
that makes sense.
This new generation of kids growing up that consume music the most. You know what I mean? Because like our age group, we more so probably listen to podcasts now.
For real.
or some that has to do with where we trying to get in life. You know what I mean? But that 15, 16-year-old demographic is really what's pushing the culture forward and like making what's cool in music be cool. You know?
I hear you. Now you say you were ditching class to go make music, so you took it, you know, were serious about it pretty early on. Around what age do you think you started taking it serious?
Like 14.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, 14,
That's
15. I used to.
Was there a certain like song or verse that you wrote that you was like, oh nah, I'm in my bag, I'm gonna lock in on this, or what, you just had a feeling about it?
It would just be like, bro, we'll go record some shit and then go to like 18 and up clubs before I was 18 and perform it.
Oh, dope.
And we'll see like how the girls is reacting and whatnot. And I just loved it. I was just like, yeah, I could do this. Like this makes people feel good. Like I just loved it. I feel like the first time that I knew I had something though was a little bit earlier. My cousin Roscoe, shout out to Roscoe. He had like this little 8-track thing that he used to record on in his room, and I took some Babyface lyrics, re-rocked them, put them on a record, and that was my first time actually hearing myself on record. I was probably like 11, 12 years old. And I was like, oh, this is fire. But I just didn't have access to his setup all the time, and it wasn't that great of a setup. But we was just super proud of what we did, to where when I started getting around other homies that made music and whatnot, by that time, like, I was so locked in with what I could do, just based off, you know, studying other greats, that it was just like, all right, anything y'all want, I'm gonna do it. Like, any you need a hook, all right, bet. You need a verse, all right, bet. And it just became second nature to me, you know what I mean? So.
I've always felt like, because I've always like known who you are, and you were like one of, you know, like the leaders of like rap and hip hop in San Diego, as far as I'm concerned,
hey,
for our age group. I feel like, and there's a lot of dope artists all over San Diego, and there's also specifically a lot of dope artists in Oceanside. I don't want to, you know, I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of like the uptick in how many rappers are in Oceanside are because of you.
Hey,
I feel like.
I mean, hey.
And they're all dope. I'm not saying anybody's trying to sound like you. I'm not trying to say anyone's trying to sound like you or be like you, but I think people saw a guy from their section, from their city, was like, yo, if he did it, I could do it. And I feel like that made...
And I'm glad to be a part of that string of, you know, artists coming out of our area. That's just pushing it further, man. I mean, I think that I had that same experience with some of the older artists in the town, and, you know, the younger artists coming up now. I think a lot of them would say, yeah, I saw what you was doing, bro, and I was inspired by it. You know, but in their own right, they're doing their thing for sure.
Absolutely. So, you are like personally connected to any of them young dudes?
Oh, man, for sure. A lot of them, for real. Like,
I was about to say, I was about to say, you forget something, somebody go feel away.
Too many to name, for real. But I mean, I definitely have, you know, if not rubbed shoulders, you know, did something to aid the career, or start them off just with recording, like, said a word of encouragement, you know, pretty much all of them.
Who were some of because I'm sure you connected with, not, you know, artists from all over the town. Who were some of your peers when you were like making your way?
When I was making my way, oh man, it's a lot of them. I'll say there was this era of time where my homeboy Don 3, he's a coach now for El Camino High School.
I had him on my sports show. That's the bro. Big love. I saw him yesterday, last night. That's what's up.
That's my bro right there. So he had this Dompilation album that he had did, and it was like all of us like young homies coming up, and we was at Uncle 20's. I was just recording this whole project, bro. Him, Quick Shot, Keezy, Nasty, Fly J, Max Stacks, Ben Fly, he go by Ben Fly now. All the homies, bro. I mean, it's so many to name, but that was like our, like, you know, it was like sparring grounds, you feel me? Like, everybody be like, ooh, I'm gonna get the best verse, or I'm gonna have a hook jugging, like, that for sure. Later on, me and my boy Obed Padilla, a Latino artist from out of Oceanside, bro, me and him linked up, and, you know, he's doing really great right now. Shout out to bro. Me and him, like, made some of probably the best music and most heard music together that I have out to this day. You know, we developed a real great synergy and produced a lot of music. A lot of people don't know, you know, a lot of the songs that came out in that, like from 2018 to now was either produced by myself or him, you know. So yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time with him just learning how to advance the sound, learning how to produce, learning all those different tricks and trades of this whole thing, you know what I mean? So shout out to bro for sure. I definitely got to give him his props. I definitely look at him as a peer as it is today for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I think more people are understand it and are beginning to understand it now. But when you learn the back end of what you do, or the behind the scenes of what you do, it makes you so much more powerful, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you don't, like, man, if I had to, like, worry about a cameraman every time I wanted to come and do my show, I would not be as consistent as I am. You know what I mean? Or somebody to edit for me or something. Like, and granted, I would love to have somebody on the team to do it for me. I would love that. But I'm saying, if I had to rely on someone, like, it would frustration for sure.
It was like a force to have it, because, you know, I'm sure we'll get into this, but at a time when I was living out in LA, and I was signed to Interscope, you know, we'll have sessions booked with a producer, but then the producer would be like 4 or 5 hours late to the session. It's a 12-hour session, you feel me? So that first 4 or 5 hours, we don't got no music, and we just sitting there waiting for bruh. You feel me? So it came to a point where it's like, I gotta figure out how to, you know, make this, like, produce it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm gonna be sitting here wasting time and money. You feel me?
So is that a necessity for you?
Yeah, it was strictly, I was forced to
Absolutely
figure out how to do it myself, just to be more productive in those times, and then ultimately just to be a better artist. You know what I mean?
I hear you. What? How old were you when you got signed? Or what year was it, if you don't remember your age?
2016. I think I was like 24.
Okay.
24, 25.
That's what a lot of artists push for. What did that feel like?
Man, it was surreal, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I got signed during the time. I got signed to Interscope Records back in 2016. I had the same A&R as Kendrick Lamar. So I was around during that whole season of him making Damn. Like, I would see bro in the studio. It was just super surreal and inspiring. Like, okay, so this is what it looked like when you got a whole team plus another team behind you. You feel me? Dude was super down to earth, chill. Even slid me some beats from my project.
Oh, that's love.
A few times, you know, it was everything, bro. Like, I learned so much from that time that I take with me to this day. You know, back into the independent space of this shit. That is just, you know, it's priceless. Priceless, for sure.
Did you like sometimes like artists that don't like soar to the heights that they might dream of, or that they see some other people doing, they get a little turned off to the industry and to like record labels. Is that the case for you?
No, I'm definitely not. My situation, the reason I ended up splitting with the label kind of was out of my hands, you know, but it worked out in my favor. You know, a lot of artists don't know, and, you know, for any artists out there that's going into this season, make sure you put a key person clause in your contract, because...
Key person?
A key person clause.
Okay.
Which basically means that when you get signed to a major label, whoever was your A&R in that deal, if they leave the company, you're allowed to leave as well. And it's, you keep your name and your image and likeness. You know, all the stuff that you need to continue on as an artist is yours. A lot of artists get into them situations and don't have that, and ended up stuck on the shelf, you know, for years, not being able to put out no music. Luckily, when my A&R left the company, I was able to leave as well. So I'm not bitter at all towards any of it. I feel as though, you know, the access that I got, the people that I met, you know, to this day have been able to sustain me in this thing. You know what I mean? Even just, you know, on that playlist side of things, just meeting these people from probably working in the building I was coming to get my music service. I'm actually one of them artists that says, you know, if you can set it up to where you have leverage, I would still say work with a major, you know, because at the end of the day, you're the money. You know what I mean? So it's not like just how you said, you wish you had a team that you could delegate responsibility to. Like, a lot of times artists need that. But for me personally, giving all the information and just being a fly on the wall, I feel like the best thing for me is independent. Just because I'm putting out, you know, I'm producing it, I'm mixing it, I'm mastering it, I'm writing it, writing for other artists. You know, I just, at this point, I feel so, you know, self-sufficient that I feel like it would make no sense at this point in time for me to try to be, you know, striving for some type of deal this time.
Not even for because I've heard, you know, just playing devil's advocate here, I've heard other artists like say that same thing, and then I've heard other artists that had kind of their own situation set up and they go with a major because they're like, I mean, I ain't got that kind of distribution by myself. So you're saying like regardless you're independent for you?
No, I think that I want to get it to a point where I can fund paying a marketing team.
Gotcha.
Rather than it being like I got to depend on these people to do this and that, because once you got too many cooks in the kitchen, man, things never turn out the way you desired the recipe to turn out. Right? And any artist will tell you this. It doesn't matter. It could be the biggest one. It could be the smallest one. You know, if you go and ask a Kanye West or Beyonce right now, they're going to tell you when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, shit gets fucked up. You know what I mean? So for me, I just feel like in order for me to avoid that burnout that artists feel from this, I think the best thing would be to leave the responsibility in my hands. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm working towards right now, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, and granted, I'm not like, I've never been approached by anybody to take my shows anywhere on somebody's network or nothing like that. But I have friends that create content for companies. Like they have shows that are the company owns their show. I have friends that work in radio, and they gotta ask and get a lot of permission before they sit down with certain people, and all. They're like, I just shot you a DM, like, yo, pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. And I'm like, I'm sure the money over there is great, but I don't know. When I'm creating, bro, I need full control. You know what I mean? And I imagine that could be very frustrating. Yeah,
for sure. And I think, once you get to an age of maturity with just like as a content creator or just a creator in general, right? There is that initial like temptation to be like, okay, this person's gonna offer me this much amount of money to create, but then with that money comes these expectations that you might not want to live up to, but you don't get to dictate those expectations, right? And I feel like for me, just the type of person I am, bro, like I can't have nobody else dictating how I move. Like, I need to be able to move how I move. And I think that was like the major thing, even while I was on the label, that me and certain figures in there would bump heads on, because they had signed me to rap. A lot of people found me rapping, but I started out singing. And by the time I got there, I wanted to experiment more with that. So that was one of those things too, where it's just like, I don't want nobody telling me, oh no, you need to do this because this is what the fans want, or no, like I want people that come to my shows to be able to hear me any way I want to. You feel me? So, yeah, bro, like, I would just say, like, even in your regards, bro, it's just like having that freedom is priceless. I don't know what else anybody would want. I know some people want the fame and that part, but for me, it's like that control. I need the control. You feel me?
I would argue that most people that have been creating for a long time, I would argue that most people that have that stance haven't been creating for very long. That are like or they've been so used to, like you said, like all they got to do is show up and rap, or all they got to do is sit down and do the podcast. They haven't done the editing or setting up the cameras and the lights and all that. And I think I would argue that if more creative people had a taste of what that was like, and having your hands touch everything, I think more people would be like, you know what, I'm a hold out.
It leaves you less opportunity for people to play with you too. Like,
well said.
Like when you just the one showing up to rap, like it get to starting to feel like dance. You feel me? Dance, dance. Like instead of like respecting your point of view about how this thing should go, right? So yeah, bro, I just feel like overall, once you get up to an age of maturity, you're gonna want that control. Today we're seeing somebody who just started rapping a year ago, blow up, or 2 years ago blow up. They don't even know the ins and outs of the business yet. They just picked up, you feel me, a microphone, Pro Tools, or whatever they record on, and got jugging, right? And shout out to them. But I would admonish all of y'all to just learn, like, quickly the business, because otherwise you are gonna meet periods of time where you getting a short end of the stick.
Absolutely. But I mean, rest in peace to him. He's probably still Jay-Z's my all-time favorite, but after him is Nipsey. And and again, I don't make music, but a lot of his message I hold with me to this day. And even respectfully to Nipsey, I feel like La Russell took it to a whole nother level with it.
Man, yeah, for sure.
Like, I was telling I think my brother the other day, I don't even really listen to a lot of La Russell. I enjoy his music, but I don't even really listen to a lot of his music. I just be watching his interviews and his clips. Like, he be giving up so much game, bro. Love La Russell.
He's doing it perfect, bro. Like that's the perfect example of what I'm talking about, where you have the control. You know what I mean? And ultimately he gets that acclaimed love because of it, because people are being like, damn, like, I like how he's controlling his shit. You just said you barely listen to his music, but you love how he's controlling his music.
Absolutely.
Right? So I feel like ultimately, like, that's where you want to land at. You know, otherwise, in just today's time, like, you're not really gonna be happy, like, with yourself. You know what I mean? Over time.
I feel you. Now, you said something that stuck out to me. You said, like, they signed me to rap. I mean, I guess when you said it, I'm like, well, duh, obviously. But for me, I've always heard you do both.
Yeah.
So my assumption was that they, like, saw, like, John Givez, he's dope, he could sing and rap, we need him to do both. But that wasn't the case.
And there was that.
Okay.
You know, but
okay.
I was in the space of, like, nah, I don't.
So you were not rapping?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to rap right now.
Got you.
I think.
Got you.
You know, on my part of that was, like, just being around these juggernauts, these, like, modern day juggernauts, and seeing them literally in the same foyer. We all sharing the same food space in the studio. And then, all right, boom, this one in Studio B, this one in Studio A, this one in Studio C. And, you know, me not wanting to get into no sparring matches with these niggas too early, you feel me? Like, like, I think part of me kind of, like, shied away my rapping side. Like, nah, I don't want to compete at this level. I don't know. I feel like maybe I was just, like, not trying to step on toes. Not that I didn't think I could go bar for bar, but just that I wasn't trying to step on nobody's toes, just out of respect for how I was inspired by these people. You feel me? So it was like, all right, how could I make myself stand out without, you know, stepping on nobody's toes? And it was like, I could put together these R&B records. Crazy, I know I can. And just at the time, like, that wasn't the team I had lined up at Interscope. You feel me? They was, like, super rap centered and had all the rap plugs and all that, but I just wasn't in the creative or headspace to go super crazy MC on niggas. Like,
right.
I mean, like, I was definitely more in the melody mindset at that time.
I hear you. What are those? Had you done any tours before being signed?
Yeah, for sure.
So what was talk to me about this? I feel like I know, but just talk to me about, like, the difference in, like, touring independent and touring on a label, or on Interscope, I'll say.
It wasn't really much difference,
okay,
bro, because, you know, when I was touring before signing, you know, people was coming to them shows. Like, it was, I remember we did Canada once, and, you know, it was like 150 people in this small venue, and we damn near broke the floor. You feel me? Like, we was on the second floor of the building, and we almost broke the floor. So it was already going kind of crazy. You know, just all over, man. Like, I had already hit different countries doing it. And then when Interscope came, I just had more comfortability while doing it.
Got you. Okay.
You feel me? Like,
that makes sense.
Before, it
like
was
a better buzz.
we gonna sleep on the homies' floor that live in this state, and then go do the show, you know, 30 minutes away. With Interscope, it was like, no, you finna stay in this 5-star hotel,
okay,
and then go do this show.
Got you.
Like,
okay.
But it was definitely, like, the same type of, you know, it was like a steady growth, for sure.
And I think I don't think enough. I don't think enough credit is given to artists that come off of a tour like that, and are still like, no, I'm gonna do this independent. When you felt the, you know what I'm saying, the Sprinter van and the, you know what I'm saying, all the fly fancy shit, and then you still like, nah, I'm you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe you can afford those things yourself, but I'm saying, like, to go from, like, somebody else is gonna handle that to, like, nah, I'm gonna do it myself. I don't think enough credit is given to artists who consciously make that choice.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I feel like, you know, the overhead, definitely when you go back independent, you see that overhead and you like, oh, shit.
Salute.
Yeah, for sure. You see that overhead, you like, God damn. But, bro, like, you keeping the back end.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, what you got to do up front is what you got to do up front, but that back end is so much sweeter because it's all you. You know what I mean? Like, so again, bro, it's just that control. Like, that control is so important to me these days. It's way more valuable to me than somebody knowing my name. You know what I mean? Like, knowing that anything my name produces is going to be ran by me is way more comforting to me than, you know, going out and playing a festival for 15 minutes, but, you know, I got to give 60% of this away to manager, label, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? So, yeah. That's my take on it.
I feel it. So you got signed in 2016. When did you come off the label?
2020.
Oh, okay.
Right when the pandemic hit. I moved to Ohio for 2 years after that. Failed love interest situation.
Okay.
During that time, I was trying to figure it out. I definitely got less consistent dropping stuff from like 2020 to 2022. I moved back out here and just got back on my Grizzy, man. Started dropping like once a month.
You came back in 2020?
2022.
Okay. Oh, real recent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2022, I'm like, all right, let me get back to just at least dropping once a month, because I hadn't dropped anything in like 2 years at that point. And I had made so much music just trying to figure out where I wanted to take it, that I'm like, all right, let me just start letting them out one by one and just see what takes. Into 2022, life started happening. A bunch of this twists and turns. Then 2023 hit. I found out I was having a son. I'm like, well, I gotta go hard. I gotta go harder. Feel me? So we start going back to it. Like, all right, one single a month. Started doing more shows, and we here now at the end of 2023, going into 2024 with a better plan and just a better mindset. Me personally, there's a better mindset. You know what I mean, on how to push myself and the other artists I'm working with right now. So
that's dope. Who the artists you working with right now?
Like Obed Padilla. I got this young homegirl, bad girl Naomi. She about to go crazy in a little bit. I got a whole little label. I've been had it started, but I just wanted to make sure I had everything, my ducks in a row before I start, really distributing things out of it. But the structure and everything, just to make it fair towards the artists. These are the things I've been working on over the past year, and it's just a few artists from the town, Ryan Monalili, that we pushing right now, just trying to make sure they heard too. So you said you just had your son this year, 2023? Yep, September 23rd.
Oh, he just dropped.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
A couple days ago.
That's what's up. Your first kid?
Yep.
How you feeling? How's dad life?
Oh man, it's cracked up to me, gang. Like, I love it. I love it, honestly. He's just growing so fast.
Right.
I just love the milestones we hitting right now, bro. Like, I feel like he's gonna skip crawling and go straight to walking.
Oh wow, you think so?
Yeah. The way I got him, programmed.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. What's his name, if you don't mind me asking?
Elijah, but we call him Ja.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope. Did you want a boy first?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's dope. Do you want more kids?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah. I asked because I wanted to. I feel like I have two boys, they're 7 and 3. Shout out to Baron and Max. Love y'all. I really wanted a girl, but I just wanted to have a boy first.
Period.
You know what I mean? I wanted a boy first. And then so after I had my first one, I was like, I hope I have a girl. Like, I want to have a girl. And then I had another boy. I was like, you know what? I'm cool. Now I'm solid. I don't think I need no more. But I got funny though. So like I said, I got two boys. We went for the ultrasound when it was time to like find out the sex.
Yeah.
And we had told, I forget the ultrasound technician, I'll just call her that, the ultrasound technician.
Yeah.
We had told her, and it was in our notes that we didn't want to know. Like, we wanted to find out during delivery.
Oh no.
You already know where I'm going. We go to the one that you're supposed to find out.
Yeah.
And that lady was off for the day or on vacation or something. And I guess the lady didn't read the notes. And so she do the ultrasound. She's like, oh yeah, I've been having to sell on boys a lot lately. You guys are having a boy. I just looked at my lady and we looked at her and she was like, what? He was like, you wasn't supposed to tell us that. She was like, I wasn't? And she read the notes and she was like, bruh, couldn't believe it, bro. It was all good though. I was happy to have a boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but I still wanted that surprise, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I've never told that story before.
Till the actual delivery day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all trying to do like the 60s and the 70s.
I was just about to say my parents did that. Granted, me and my brothers, we were born in the 80s, but yeah, my parents did that. They found out on delivery day that they were having, and I got two brothers, no girls either, from my parents.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For sure.
Nah, I definitely want a girl next, man. But if I get another boy, it's going to be super lit.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I definitely wanted the boy first just to teach him how to, first of all, protect the woman. And then also so that my daughter would have somebody, that can just look out for her as she growing up, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it go. We'll see how it go for sure.
I feel it. I didn't plan to ask this, but it just popped in my head.
Yeah.
I think about the Hispanic culture and how they teach the young girls, like they serve their brothers, like not dad, like they serve their brothers dinner, lunch, and all of that. What's your feeling on? What's your take on that? As you said about like the young girls and young boys and relating to each other.
I mean, I think it's good practice. You know what I mean? Because I just think as a man, it's really helpful when you have a woman that knows how to serve you. I mean, so I think it's helpful to like just teach her those values, whether it be her brother or me. When that time comes, I definitely think that's valuable. So shout out to the Mexicans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was, and we gonna leave this alone in quite a second because we ain't gonna stay here. But I was having a conversation with a homegirl and one of the homies about it. Yeah. And the homegirl, she was like, and she's Hispanic, and she was like, I hated doing that. She's like, I mean, granted, I know this is our culture, this is what we do, and I never made a fuss about it because I know this is what we do. She's like, I never liked serving my brother. I'm like, this nigga 2 years older than me. Like, what I gotta serve him for? You know what I'm saying? I just thought that I've never heard any Hispanic woman say that.
I would ask her this, as she's now grown and has a boyfriend, I'm sure, or a baby's dad or a husband or whatever the case. Like, did it end up becoming useful in how you deal with your significant other?
And the bro asked her that. And she was like, I mean, yeah, I guess I know how to serve someone, but did I need to serve my brother when I was 9 to know how to bring a plate to somebody? Yeah. Like, anyone knows how to pick up a plate and walk it to somebody. She's like, did I need to know that at 9? Yeah. I was like, I think it's just like the like mindset, but it went on a whole. It turned into a whole thing. Like I said, that's why we ain't got to stay here.
That could go super rabbit hole.
Absolutely. What you got off the label 2020, just had a kid, dropping singles all year. What's next for you? I mean, you said at the top of the interview you got something you're working on now, but other than that, what you?
So, I mean, just for me, bro, a lot of it in these days is just that networking and like, all right, who need songs written, who need hooks, who need instrumentals, who need, I'm doing a lot of TV and commercial sync music as well too.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So, any way I could be of value to this game, bro, I'm trying to apply myself. You know what I mean? Outside of music, man, there's a bunch of other different little streams of income I'm trying to work on. Just because, as you get older, you realize, like, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, and it's just valuable to have multiple streams of income. So, yeah, like, my mind is all over the place. Having a son is like, I could get this bag over here, this bag over here, this bag over here, and I'm just doing my best to put myself in a mindset to manifest those streams, you feel me? So, yeah, bro.
That's dope. How did you get into like scoring, like for TV and films and stuff? How'd you get into that?
So my manager actually, the opportunity came through the pipeline to work with this company called Silo, and they basically just sync music with TV and film.
Oh, okay.
So when that opportunity came, every now and again I'll go up to LA and just work with different producers, and we just write stuff for TV and film.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Any, if you can speak on it, any like TV or film that we would all know?
Nothing. So when I started doing this, the strike happened. The strike. But now stuff is starting to link with certain TV and film that I can't speak on yet until it's out. But I can tell you off camera though, for sure.
Okay, bet. That boy got some bread coming. That's what's up.
yeah.
That's what's up. I was just telling my brother, I think just last night, about Pusha T and how the Arby's how that's like just was a random like 6 seconds in his song that they wanted, and he get paid off that. And he also, if I'm not mistaken, wrote the McDonald's jingle too.
Yeah, that's and honestly, you'd be surprised like what they're paying for that. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised like the type of money you can get just for spending an hour making a record. So
just gotta make sure you know the business side so you can get what you deserve.
That's important.
I just seen the lady that designed the Nike swoosh. You see the story on that? The lady that designed the Nike swoosh got paid a flat $35. Nike's dope that they gave her stock in the company, so she's taken care of.
Okay.
But initially, a $35 flat fee for that check that we've all paid for a million times.
That's crazy.
And then the girl that I think it was a girl that took the iconic like a Windows picture with like the green and the. They gave her like I think it was like a flat like $350, and they offered her stock or the money. It was more than $350, but they offered her stock or flat fee, and she took the flat fee. Mm-hmm. and that's just knowing, and that's just because then you think about people like damn, I'm drawing a blank on his name now, bro that did all the singing in the Lion King. Weaver, Jason Weaver.
Yeah,
Jason Weaver.
Actually, a family friend was singing Nala's part in the original Lion King.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I did not plan to talk about that today. That's crazy. But yeah, he was saying that like when he sung those songs, they offered his mom worked in the business for a long time, so that's how he was able to set his stuff up. But he sung these songs for the Lion King that we've all heard a million times, and they offered him $2 million, and his mom was like, no, we're gonna take $250,000 and residuals and all the back end.
To this day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I did see that.
Just knowing the back end.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's the most important part, and that's what really like any company is gonna come to you looking towards, even if they don't mention it in their first initial, trying to court you. Mm-hmm. They always thinking about that back end number. Mm-hmm. Like, what can we get off this, person or this artist on the back end? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's the one thing that every artist should know. Like, what will your back end produce? Mm-hmm. And then, you negotiate based off that, basically.
For sure. It sounds insensitive, but I'm to the point now where, like, when I hear stories about artists or creatives, I don't want to say being taken advantage of, but I don't feel bad anymore, because like we're in an age where that information is available to you, and there's so many prominent people that have shared these stories. So it's like if you go into a deal and you getting jerked, that's on you, bro.
At this point, you got to pay attention.
I agree with LaRussell where it's like, bro, if you can give somebody a bad deal, then that's a reflection of your being. I do agree with that.
100%.
But at the same time, there's so much information out here, bro. Like, you gotta educate yourself.
Yeah. You gotta stay in the know. Mm-hmm. You gotta stay in the know if you're trying to be serious, for sure.
Absolutely. Off the away from music, outside of the booth, when you're not performing, doing anything, what do you do to enjoy yourself or free your mind?
Man, family time, a whole lot of that for sure. Exercise, I'm big on exercise.
Oh, you've been going hard. I've been seeing.
Yeah. I'm big on that. Cooking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, bro. I taken a real liking to like smoking shit lately.
Okay.
like I be smoking shit, barbecuing, but like not on no just like nigga shit, but like really like you know what I'm saying, like put me up there with them niggas.
Okay, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, like master nigga.
Okay.
Just kicking on my son, bro. That is like the dopest thing in my life right now.
I feel that.
So yeah, I say that.
I feel it. Now I got this. I don't have a name of it. I've been trying to come up with a better name for it. I just call it San Diego Quick Hitters. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to come up with a better name for this segment, but this is all I got. So San Diego Quick Hitters. I'm gonna hit you with like a word or a phrase, and whatever word or phrase comes to mind, just spit it back to me. All right. Hip hop.
MC.
Underground.
Basement.
San Diego.
Palm trees.
Oceanside.
More palm trees.
Interscope.
Business.
Music industry.
Relationships.
North County.
Lit.
This one's a little weird. The beach.
Peace.
Music.
Soul.
Melody.
That's a good one. Melody. Serenity.
You already said soul, but this is one of my words on here. Soul.
Enlightenment.
My last one, John Givez.
The truth.
That's what's up. Dope way to end it right there. My guy John Givez, I appreciate you pulling up on me, fam.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
Ain't Got It Yet podcast, episode 39. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Take care.
Yes, sir.